So the popular anime on Netflix, Dandadan, just recently finished, man. And I have to say that as an anime fan, that y'all have to watch it. You know, coming in, a lot of people didn't know what this anime is gonna be. Was it gonna be action? Was it gonna be romance? Was it gonna be like comedy? And guess what? It has all.
It's everything.
All the above.
It was all of it.
All the above. So to enlighten you guys on why you should watch this anime, we're gonna go ahead and provide our likes and dislikes of the show.
Yeah, so the first like is definitely the characters and their character interactions with each other. So like most animes, usually the plot point usually drags you along, and then you know the characters will talk to each other and this and that's what would usually get you to like the characters. But more than anything else, this anime lives and dies off of the characters. Like they're really wacky. Like more wacky than anything I've ever seen this year.
Yes, the character banter especially.
Yeah.
I like how they interact with each other, especially the two main characters, which is Momo and Okurun, and all the other little group of friends that they have.
Yeah.
Now another like is the show itself. It's a fun shonen comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a breath of fresh air. It's I feel like anybody could just sit down and watch it.
It's random.
Yeah,
like,
it's really random.
Like it's again, it doesn't follow like the cookie cutter formula of, you know, A thing happens, go to B thing, and then do C thing. This is no, D thing happens, we gotta go to B thing, and then C thing happens. Like extremely random. I get like a whole lot of whiplash because I expect one thing to happen. That wasn't even gonna be the result of what was gonna happen.
And this anime so far is more like the monster of the week, the enemy of the week.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm saying it's not too hard to follow as of right now. So I feel like anybody could just jump into it and like, oh, okay, this is just an anime that you could just watch on your spare time.
Yeah, it's just like really hilarious to watch. But in saying all that, this anime does get really dark, like very real and heavy stuff. And normally I hate that in an anime where like this is the tone that they were going for, and then it completely shifts mid-anime.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason I didn't mind it here, and I think it's because this anime really does not want you to take itself too seriously. Even when it shows you all these really like, here's something that, you know, is very real and not the main point of it. It's just, we're just trying to tell this part of the story. And so that's probably why I didn't really mind it too much. This anime is really trying to go for the comedic aspect, and it really does nail that comedic aspect.
Yes, and another like also for this show is the unique animation. This animation, man, I feel like it reminds me of some of the older animations,
it's
like Fully Cooley, like that kind of Kill la Kill. It's like that unique.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the
style.
most mind-blowing, like cutting edge, like, you know, best art style, best animation, but it stands out very well. Like I think watching this anime, it does give me Fully Cooley vibes. If you guys are old enough to know what Fully Cooley is, but I think Kill la Kill is definitely like the more recent example of like a very unique style. And we'll both be crucified if we did not talk about the music of this anime. I mean, obviously everyone knows the opening. Creepy Nuts comes out again, making another banger of an opening. I think that's what got a lot of people to watch this anime. Like, oh, this is pretty hyped up show, and then bam, there goes the opening. I'm like, okay, this is really cool. But something that I thought that was very funny was I had an inside joke with my friends. Whenever I would tell them about this show, I would jokingly say, hey, you guys want to watch and then to my surprise, they used that exact OST in the actual anime, and I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, the whole the OST for the whole anime is a comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy.
Yeah, so it's lively. It's not something to be taken seriously.
Yeah,
although some parts can be serious, like you said before.
Yes.
So that's a good thing about this anime right here. And of course, with likes for the anime, we can't go by without talking about the reasons why maybe some of you guys, or maybe even us, why we don't like this anime.
There are definitely a lot of things we don't like about
caution,
this.
You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I'll go ahead and say is that this anime has no real plot.
Yeah, there's
Pretty
no
much.
story.
Yeah, as of right now, there's no real plot. What I mean by that is there's no overarching thing going on. Usually it's just this enemy appears and then solve the problem within the 1 or 2 episodes.
Well, there is a main plot, but the issue with it is that they don't. That's not like their goal. Like they don't like focus on doing that one goal. It's more like a, hey, this is like the thing that we kind of need to do.
But I guess it's not a strong enough plot.
Yeah,
I guess that's what
enough,
I'm trying to say.
okay.
I'm not. That's not. Yeah. I still feel like it's a weak plot anyway.
Yeah, well,
go and collect what the main character is missing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, I mean, a lot of people could say that is the main plot, but my main issue with it was they didn't even try to focus on that bit. It was like the monster of the week kind of thing. So not only did they not follow that plot point, but I guess in your case, it wasn't even the strong of a plot point to begin with. And something that I kind of didn't like about this anime was that it was a little bit too random. And I know I was singing its praises when we were talking about why we like the anime, but this anime is a little bit too obtuse of an anime. And what I mean by that is, this is like the stereotype of like what people think an anime might be like. Because that first episode goes a little bit too hard. Like when most people think of what an anime is, they think, oh, it's absolutely random and overly sexualized. And the first episode kind of does do all of that. So if you're trying to recommend, like this is definitely not like your Demon Slayer or your Jujutsu Kaisen, where it's like very straightforward, like no nonsense kind of thing. This is a very random, wacky, and fairly sexualized kind of anime. It is rated R, so you kind of have to understand that when you're going into it. But even outside of that, like whenever they introduce new characters or whenever they do like the serious moments, and then they immediately hit you with the comedic bits, I get whiplash thinking about that, because I'm just like, damn, I don't know what I was expecting now.
Yeah, and they also with the genres, they'll be fighting an entity or an alien or a monster or whatever. And then the next episode, they'll focus on romance. And it's a totally different contrast. And you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, so like maybe if you prefer like, the one direction, like this, like try to follow the main story, then this might not be for you, because this anime just kind of bounces everywhere, which does keep it interesting. But if you like one particular genre, then this anime is definitely not gonna be your cup of tea. Unfortunately, I think the biggest red flag of this anime is definitely the ending, and it's just a huge ass cliffhanger, and it's not the good kind of cliffhanger where you're hyped up to want to watch the next season. Well, technically you are hyped up to want to watch the next season, but the problem with this one is it stops mid-arc right before the climactic moment, and it's just like, well, damn, like that kind of sucks. I gotta wait 6 months now. My 1 day attention span brain can't handle this. What's gonna happen in this next DBZ episode? So in 6 months, I'm just gonna be like, okay, what the hell? What was happening again?
Right. I guess the silver lining, or like the positive out of that is it's only 6 months away, so you don't have to wait like a year or 2 or 3. Just like some of these other animes that don't, and sometimes they don't even get a sequel.
Well, I think my issue with it is simply just like having to wait just to conclude the story is like that in itself is bad. Like it doesn't matter if I have to wait, 6 months or a year. Like the fact that they didn't even conclude like that arc, like they stopped mid arc. I felt like they could have concluded it like a couple episodes or 2 before that, and then they would have been fine. But they didn't, and I think another big offender is probably the reason why I didn't like this the most is that these last like 3-ish episodes, they kind of didn't really do anything like super crazy and hype that most other animes would do. Like they usually go off with a bang and then leave you with a big cliffhanger. But like 4 episodes ago was a really good, like, this is an action scene, this is hype, this is awesome. But these last 4 were just like, we're building up the next arc. They got to the climax, and then they hit the brakes on you, and it's just like, damn you.
So yes, even though this anime has some flaws or some dislikes that we have, I feel like with the positive that it does has, whether it's the characters or some people do like the randomness,
yes,
or even like the unique animation, I feel like that carries the show, and it does it in a unique way that I feel like other animes don't do. So
yeah.
So I feel like this anime is definitely worth a watch. Recommend it to your friends. This anime it's popping right now. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Dandadan is worth the watch. All right, and now it's time for the anime tier list of the segment of the show. And like always, if you don't know, every time we review or talk about the season of an anime, we review it on our tier list right here. This is our tier list. The more left it is, the better it is. And you're probably gonna hate us for some of these, but it is what it is. So where should we put Dandadan season 1?
So I think for me, it just falls below the best, just because of that ending. Like that ending really did like kind of kill my momentum a little bit. So like I definitely am gonna put it in an A tier. Probably put it probably below Jujutsu Kaisen, if I'm being honest.
So A+.
Yeah, A+.
So you put it right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll put it right there too.
Okay.
I think Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 definitely, obviously because there's more episodes. And there's a lot more
things going on.
Things happening. Things that matter that happen.
Yeah, things that matter. Like things that are very, holy crap.
Yeah. Even though I know some people don't like it because it's too random. Like some random things happening.
Yeah, me personally.
So we'll leave it right there. Dandadan at A+. This is a great anime. So there you have it. That is our review and also our reasons why we like and dislike this anime, Dandadan. Let us know down in the comments below about what you think about the whole season, man. Especially you manga readers. I'd like to know too. Until next time, thank y'all for watching.